Non-Americans, what is the best, American food? European who moved to the States, so I've tried some American dishes that are beyond what is common back home. Lobster rolls. OMG, these would be so popular back home. They are the perfect seafood sandwich. Smoked brisket. Wow. I tried this in some small Texas town and that place deserves a Michelin star. Key lime pie. I think I ate a whole one by myself when I was in Miami. Chocolate chip cookies. I lived in Asia and when I visited the USA for 10 days my entire diet was basically Texas barbecue with all the sides, all the pies, apple, peach, pecan, key lime. Philly cheesesteak, hamburger and fries. The simple desserts like fudge brownies, chocolate chip cookies, Krispy Kreme plain glazed donuts, soft drinks like Dr. Pepper and root beer are absolutely hated in Asia. Y'all have barbecue down to a fucking science. In some places like St. Louis, KC and Texas it's like a religion. Edit. Seems like I won't be able to set foot in the Carolinas ever again. I really like Reuben sandwiches. Pro tip for non-Americans. If you are ever in the US for Thanksgiving, end of November, and have nothing to do, go on the local city subreddit where you are and post that you are a foreigner who would like to experience Thanksgiving and I guarantee you will get an invite from someone to the best holiday we have. In Vietnam, chocolate chip cookies are called American cookies. I may be a simpleton, but an average diner with bottomless filter coffee, pancakes, bacon and syrup was my favorite part of the day. Although I did put on about 10 to 15 kilograms after a month in Texas. Edit. Since I got some upvotes, I would like to shout out Lulu's Diner in San Antonio. I Airbnb'd next door, and ate there at the counter every morning for 2 weeks. American here, but recently spoke with an Italian exchange student and asked him what he would miss most about the States. Dead ass, he said chicken parm. That's not an Italian thing. He said the first time he had it, he called his friend back home to tell them about, and she hung up on him. She hung up on him. This is too funny. Italians get straight up indignant about what we call Italian food. They take it as a personal insult. From a Scottish friend of mine, chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy. Are buffalo wings American? Because that's modern-day ambrosia. Edit. Yes, of course, with blue cheese sauce. I'm a functioning human being. Gumbo. I'm talking cooked by somebody raised south of I-10. Given the level of Mexican food in Europe generally, Tex-Mex is insane compared to what we get over here. I'm Italian. I still dream of the meat I've eaten in the USA. Also, Mexican food. By that I mean whatever it is you guys eat in California. Also, junk food. Also, I might have had the 2 best cakes of my life in the US. One was a carrot cake at a wedding. Another one was a burnt almond cake. Also, everything that comes with Thanksgiving. The turkey, the mashed potatoes, the deviled eggs. Also, apple pie. Also, I forgot the most important thing. In-N-Out burgers. Also, the breakfast. I loved having that giant-ass food plated and infinite coffee refills. Also, donuts from the local Chinese mom and pop store down the road. Also, bagels. I edited this post and will continue if more stuff comes to mind. The US doesn't get enough credit for food, especially by Italians. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thanks, you, one lost ostrich. Oddly enough, no one seems to have mentioned it, but cornbread. Yeah, as a guy who moved here, Americans have got cornbread down to a T. Combined with some soul food makes me smile on the inside, gives me high blood pressure but smile on the inside too. Anything smoked. Brisket, pork shoulder, chicken, turkey. I've even had smoked burgers. If seasoned well you don't even need barbecue sauce and it is so tender and juicy. Appa's gonna make a killing opening up a barbecue bakery in the UK that serves nay clam chowder, cheesecake, pie and chocolate chip cookies. Edit. Add peach cobbler and vanilla ice cream, dear God. Do it right Opp. Edit. Are crawfish boils a thing in the UK? I have relatives in Carolina. I'm UK. And the first time I had vinegar-based barbecue I nearly cried. That stuff for me can't be beat. I'd be fucking huge if I moved to the States. I worked in California for a while and this bakery near me used to have this spicy bread that was packed with cheese and jalapenos. It was greasy as fuck, but holy shit it was good. This is probably a recipe for disaster, but I'm British and growing up visiting Florida I would love eating raw cookie dough from the refrigerator section. Cookie dough is so good that, given the option between not eating it, or getting food poisoning, nearly everyone will pick the cookie dough. It's one of the few foods in the country where everyone knows the risk of food poisoning, and everyone makes the conscious, willing, and eager decision to not give a fuck. Those potatoes with cheese in it you make for Thanksgiving. Edit. Wow, thanks, so much response. I mean the double-baked one, but the funeral potatoes I have to try them to now. Baked cheesecake Boston chowder pecan pie barbecue ribs. Are you telling me it's not general procedure in other countries to take a rack of ribs? Grill that bitch with a nice rub. Cover it in sugar sauce. Then face the entire thing until you get so dehydrated from the salt content that it gives you weird meat dreams? So I'm a European dating an American. I've tried many things so far, but s'mores, man, holy shit, it's perfection. Biscuits and gravy. Nothing even comes close. A good buttermilk biscuit with a proper sausage gravy is heaven on earth. Because by the end, your heart stops beating anyway. My daughter was born and raised in Dallas, TX, moved to Geneva, Switzerland 6 years ago. Every time she comes home, she packs a giant suitcase with canned chipotles, peppers, sochil salsa, pounds of chili powder, salsa verde, the works. When she throws a Mexican dinner, her friends go nuts. But their favorites are her fried chicken, she learned from Dad. And they always track down a turkey for Thanksgiving. She's learned my gravy and dressing recipes to the letter. She always sends me pics and videos of her friends freaking out over super legit turkey gravy. So beyond how cool it is that my girl really picked up my love for feeding people, she's brought some family recipes overseas. She works at the UN, so she feeds people from like 9 different countries. Give me a po' boy sandwich any day of the week. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. At first I thought it was a disgusting combo, but when I tried I loved it. Is cheesecake American? 'Cause that shit is glorious. Rarely do restaurants get it right here, but when they have that authentic graham cracker crust, it's the most delicious dessert I've had. There was a cheesecake challenge on Great British Bake Off and almost everyone made theirs with a pastry crust and I was so sad for them. Saw that. Figured it would be best to cut diplomatic ties with the UK for that travesty. To be fair, I don't think they have graham crackers in England. Edit. If anyone else tells me a digestive is the same as a graham cracker, I'm going to go dump 342 crates of McVitie's into the harbor. This is one of my favorite threads of all time on Reddit. Spaniard who lives in the States for 6 years. I liked apple pie, pastrami on rye sandwiches, Tex-Mex, all the things you do with sweet potatoes. Virtually any item at a Waffle House, bagels, Reuben sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cheesecake, s'mores, chocolate chip cookies, buffalo wings. I never got into peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I tried, but it wasn't for me.